Well, it's Thursday, the 11th of July. It's a Thursday, racing on the inside track this afternoon. And we do have the 8 races. We're going to start off here in race number 1 over 1,800 meters with the work riders. We've got Daryl and Darren with us. And of course, I've had a little look as well here. So we might get some consensus. We'll see. The more opinions, the better, though, isn't it, Daryl? So we'll see how we go. Race 1. Number 1, obviously, the horse to beat here with the form lines. Number 3 has got close to the one before. The 11 after that rest now with Robin Clarkson. And the first time, I'd like to see what you think here.
Yes, Lyle, I've taken my chances and bank at number 1, Japanese Maple. Now, last time out, just take note that was a maiden handicap, but it's always hard to carry top weight in a handicap. Yeah. So I think with the assistance of Penicilla in the irons, who's one of our top work riders,
multiple champion,
I'm hoping he can finish in the top 2. With regards to the first timer, there is a comment in the front of the book: working well, may just need the run. Now, obviously, number 3 could be a danger, but he's held on the latest form line and he's 3 kgs worse off. So that gives me more confidence in banking Japanese Maple in the bipod. Now, the 11 is making his debut for his new yard. Rastignac. What's it?
Rastignac. I don't
Rastignac.
know. We'll Google it now.
He actually caught the eye in his second start. He moved up a long way out, but he has been off the track, and I'm favouring the racing fitness of number 1 Japanese Maple, a bank in the bipod.
Got you. All right. Daryl, what do you think here, race number 1, the work riders?
Well, I was leaning towards Global Reef as the winner. I really liked him last time out because in his penultimate start, he moved up strongly, fought out to finish within the Blue Moon. And I thought next time out, this horse is going to take some beating. But he just seemed a bit one-paced on the inside track over 2,000 meters. And maybe it was a touch far for him. I'm not too sure. I would give him another chance in this type of company. The obvious danger has to be the favorite Japanese Maple, who did finish ahead of him behind Caliburn. He was 4-1 that day, and Global Reef was the favorite at 3-1. So 1 and 3 to fight it out, and then a horse like Rastignac, ex-Alec Led, gone to Robin Clarkson, can only improve after those 2 fair efforts.
Yeah, I think we agree, all 3 of us there. The 1, the 3, and the 11. The 1 and 3 are both 1 for 1. Now, here's Daryl's bipod. Nice and confident first 4 legs. 1, 6, 6, 1, 5, 7, 9, and 10. And Ricky next door is a bit of a cheapskate. He's taking this. He likes the 3 rand you put on here. So, thanks very much, Daryl. There's the bipod. Race number 1, Thursday. Race number 2, 1,000-meter dash, first leg of the PA this afternoon out at Turffontein. And let's have a look here. We do have the favourite number 6, 17 again. Although running in work riders the last 2, certainly had excuses and was close up on those occasions. And the second favourite here currently is number 2 for Tony Peter and Calvin Habib. But I'd suppose, even though the 6 horse, Daryl, has not run against the best or running the strongest races, there were still 2 decent runs.
Absolutely, considering the fact that she blew the start on both occasions. So I'm hoping that the more experienced assistance in the irons by Gavin Lorena.
Yeah, Siabunga Mkumbuzi, who's a young man, funny man, but it's
can get her out on terms. Now, Lal, I'm first to admit that she doesn't have the strongest form lines, but she does have scope for improvement. Now, unfortunately, with regards to the first timers over here, we've got no confidence from the connections. Number 1, Mr. Magnus says nice filly, will need the experience. And number 3 and 9, Mr. Matchett says will need the run. So her biggest rival she has beaten in the past, and that's the Tony Peter trained Belisavar.
Yeah.
So let's hope she can finish in the top 2. I'm not going to be backing her. I am going to be banking in all the exotics. Number 1, Except Cookies, is fairly well related. She's a sister to Charlie Croker, who's a 1,400 meter specialist. Mr. Magnus says she's a nice filly. She may make a winning debut, but let's hope 17 again can get it right.
And Roy Magnus is no mug. I was saying that on Saturday, of course. He's a very experienced man. I thought, just by the way, before I get to Darren, number 3 also, I think the mare wasn't bad. She was with Candice Bass, and I thought it was a bit of a roughie there, just to add that one into your trifecta and quartets if you do go wider. But let's get Darren in here. Is it all over? Do you think the 6 horse here is the horse to beat?
Well, my concern with 17 again, I think she's looking for 1400 meters because she sits midfield and she runs on strongly towards the end of the race. Sometimes can be awkwardly slow away. So I would say she's a horse to beat, but I wouldn't be having a strike on her. Dangers would be Belissavar, who ran just behind her, behind Gold Agent. She's run off Katiwa's Destiny, who's won again. The 1,000-meter trip is the ideal distance for her, and she should be right there. And then Accept Cookies, lovely pedigree, could go well on debut.
All right, thank you. Let's have a look here at the PA that Daryl's got for us. 661579, bank at 10, 148911, 12467. Just 75 rand there. That's the second race and the PA for Daryl. Pick 6 starts in race 3 at Turffontein this afternoon. Race number 3, 1,000 meters. Number 6, Watchman, a fairly strong favourite. Number 8, Kamati River, obviously in play after 2 decent runs. And a bit of money for the first time. And number 2, Blaze Away. But, Daryl, if we start here with number 6, Watchman, for Suzette Viljoen, really didn't do too much wrong on debut. That should be quite hard to beat. Looking at, obviously, the stablemate, the filly.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the filly's form line. I don't know if she's going to line up. Let's take a closer look at the cards changes on race day. Yeah, Watchman, lovely debut. Now, it says in the computer form, brushed at the start and tired. I'm not of that. I don't have that opinion. I thought when Calvin switched the whip, he rallied late and he was coming back.
Tried, not tired. You see, I haven't got my glasses on.
Tried. Okay. Well, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you
Cracking debut.
Yeah.
You know, he came to the track with a bit of a reputation. They expected a bold showing. They punted him. He just found one too good on the day, and the winner did have the experience. I think he'll take all the beating. You know, if you want to look at trifectas and quartets, maybe number 4, Global Z, comes from a very strong form line. He's been gelded. He could sneak into the back end. And number 2, the first timer, Blaze Away. He's very well related. He's a brother to Clafouti, the grade 3 winning Clafouti, and the grade 2 placed Bayberry.
Yep.
So any support for him, I think he could be
Respect.
a factor over here. Yeah. But you know what? Watchman, on what we saw on debut, he could get it right in his second start.
All right, so we sit in the studio. The form tells us Watchman. Darren, what do you think? Watchman, very hard to beat?
Yes, this has got to be the bank on the card. You know, that was a cracking effort on debut. The money was down, went to the front and lead the charge. I fancied that day dropping back to the 1,000 meters, and they went head for head to the line and lead the charge. Just the experience counted. Watchman was coming back at him at the finish. It was a great run. On that run alone, I think he'll absolutely blow them away. His danger would be Kamati River, his stable companion, but he's got a lot to find to beat Watchman.
All right, thanks, Darren. Best bet on the card for Darren. Race 3, number 6. It is the banker in the pick 6, Watchman. You can know your fate early in the day. There's that pick 6, 1152. Race number 3 over 1,000 meters. Don't forget to take that pick 6. Race number 4 is a maiden plate for the fillies and the mares. They're racing over 1,800 meters. Again, first leg of the jackpot 1. We do have a strong favourite here. Number 1, Easy on Me. This is Roy Magna, Raymond Danielson in Mr. Finlay's colours. So very strong favourite here, and I think rightly so. Number 2, City Lights just behind. The 3, Butternut Roy Vane. Your eyes opened when I said that. There was a bit of interest in that name. And then over the page, number 6, Perform, who does need to perform better than she is at the moment. Daryl, Easy on Me, probably hard to oppose again.
Yeah, just a late scratching, Lyle. Recently updated. Number 6, Perform, comes out.
I think that's a good thing. Ran on Saturday.
Now, Easy on Me was off close on a year. In her penultimate start, she stayed on. I didn't think that was the greatest lineup, and I thought she made good improvements in her second start. She stayed on stoutly. If you have a look at that, she actually had the subsequent winner, Can't Fool Me, behind her on that
One,
Streisand run,
one on Saturday, yeah.
where she gave the 2-year-old 4 kilograms. Now Streisand, I mean, Can't Fool Me,
Was behind.
had Perform was behind Can't Fool Me on that run. And there is very little separating Perform, who's now scratched, and Butternut and Roy Vane. So the favorite should have the beating of Butternut and Roy Vane. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Now, number 2, City Lights, Lal. She's had a lot of chances to date, having her 18th career start.
Correct.
She should run into the money, but she is limited. So I'm going into this race very confident that Easy on Me is going to get it right. I think she is going to appreciate the step up in trip.
Yeah, I think we agree here. Darren, Easy on Me on paper does look hard to oppose.
Definitely, you know, this filly, she stepped up in trip to the mile last time out, was running on strongly. It's her third run after a rest. Surely this is the right one in the race. City Lights had her chances, 17 runs, should be right there. Butternut and Roy Vane, much improved last run, but so that form line could be suspect. But she did improve over the 1800 meters. I think I went 1, 2, 3, and 6 in this race, but the 6 is scratched. So the 1 we can double up with, and if she disappoints, we covered with the 2 and the 3.
Fair enough. Race number 4, let's have a look at that jackpot. Daryl's got one for us. Number 1, Easy on Me. Yeah, might not be the strongest form line the last 2, but does have good form by 579. Bank at 10 in race number 6. We'll discuss that when we get there. And then 1 through 11. Just 35, 33, is that a 33, Daryl? No, I think it's 33. 33 rand, race number 4, and that is jackpot number 1. Well, race number 5, it's over 2,600 meters, middle stakes. This, of course, means a bit of favour for the fillies and the mares here. Take note of that. And the time, 14:20 on Thursday. I personally thought it was a bit of a trappy race here. Number 7, Mamba Contessio, is currently 18-10. You can pick up 7-1 and better by those. Daryl, I don't think it's easy. Obviously, number 7 stands out. Really consistent form with 54 kilograms. But I don't think he'll have everything his own way.
No, if you have a look at the best weighting column, he
Exactly.
actually doesn't. But then you go back to that run behind Home of the Brave, where he beat the best weighted filly in United Council and should confirm that form because he's only 1.5 kilograms worse off. But, you know, in that race was 20 drachmas, and he moved up and it looked like he was going to fight out the finish, and he just petered out late. I'm willing to put a line through his last start. He said the problem is he's had 2 very indifferent runs recently, but at his best, I think this could be a factor. Now, I'm not discounting the stable companion to the favorite Lal, and that's Caddy Zora. This filly stays all day. She's having a peak run. I know she's out at the weights, but with 50 kilograms to shoulder, I'm hoping Apprentice Kachetti could take the bull by the horns and make the others carry their weight up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see her keep finding. So
That wasn't the worst run last time either.
yeah, and that race was run at a very muddling pace. I think if she's up front handy, she may be the one to pick back.
Okay, so quite competitive. Darren, do you feel the same? Is this an open race?
It is an open race, you know. You've got horses like Mamba Contessio. He has one from 1 over course and distance on the inside track. So he's suited by the track. His form's consistent. He ran off at Razor Hallelujah last time out. That was a fair effort, but he was 18-10 favourite that day. Arlington Action, I'd give a big chance to. He ran 5th to Razor Hallelujah last time out. He was only just behind Mamba Contessio. But his course and distance form, 9 runs for 2 wins and 3 seconds. So he's got to come into it as well. And then Cadazora, I think she's got a future over the staying trips and could be involved.
All right, so all 3 of us are agreeing it's quite an open little race. Obviously, Mumbo Contessio is in form, but there are weights to be involved here. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 for Darren, by 8 and 10, by 4 and 8, by 1 through 12, 288 Rand spend, and we all agree race 5 is slightly more open than our previous 4 races. So there we go, 2,600 middle stakes at 14.20 on Thursday. Race number 6, merit rated 74 handicap. They're racing over the 2,000 meters this afternoon. Number 3 got the Cornell collar on, and I'm quite glad to be sitting in the hosting part of this show here for race 6. So over to you, Daryl. I thought it's another trappy little race.
It could be trappy if Majestic Touch doesn't stay, but I'm of the opinion that if he stays, he wins. I'll tell you why. Now, have a look at early parts of his career. He met some lovely horses. He came to the track with a reputation. Zanovi, Jordan, Sandringham Summit, Silent War, Purple Picture. But then, back then he used to race too fiercely. I've watched him in his recent starts. He's now dropped the bits. He's relaxing in his races. And I love the fact that they're stepping him up in trip. Now, have a look at his rating, Lyle. Down from a 90 to a 67.
It's a big drop.
If he's more effective over this distance, that means he's underrated.
Very much so.
And so that's the reason why I'm saying if he stays, he wins. I think he opened in the region of 10 to 1. He's currently 11 to 2. I still think there's a lot of value about that. There are no certainties in racing. I'm hoping he stays and pulls it off for the punters. So I'm all in over here, number 10, Majestic Touch.
Well, he certainly made a good point for that. Darren, race number 6, a few more than that, or do you also like Majestic Touch a bit?
I'm very strong on Majestic Touch. You know, he's out of that mare, Bless You, and she threw a colt that won the Chairman's, I think it was the Chairman's Cup over 3,200 meters or 2,400 meters. But there is a lot of stamina in the pedigree in the dam line. So if he enjoys the 2,000 meters, from a 90 merit rating down to a 67, he's going to take a power of beating. He's beaten Jordan in the past. He ran in the Golden Horseshoe behind Sandringham Summit. He's run in much stronger company. And let's just hope that he settles and finishes his race off well, because then he will win. His danger is Sylvana's Song. He was disappointing last time out. He was a bit one-paced, but he could improve.
All right, thank you, guys. So both Daryl and Darren like a bit of number 10, Majestic Touch, and that is still good value at 11 to 2. And like you heard from both of them, well in here, particularly that he's going 2,000 for the first time. Past him, probably a bit more open, but let's hope he runs well this afternoon. Well, race number 7, fillies and mares 90 divided handicap, 14.50. This is where those draws can be quite important over this trip at this course. And again, looks quite an open race again with Here Komi Boki, a slight favourite here, Cornes Piscabello Mazzaniani. Heart Peaks is in the betting, Duenna's in the betting, Sunshine Day, horses like Just Be Nice. Here Komi Boki from a draw of 7, beat a few of them last time, but they always wait turnarounds.
Yes, Lyle, she was very impressive. She actually couldn't have been more impressive. That was the first time she wore a compression hood. You know, she's won over 1,400 in the past. She is having her second run on the half veld, and she did get a hefty penalty. So I don't think it will be given to her on a silver platter this time round. Personally, I make a little bit more open than the bidding suggests. You know, number 1, Duenna's form lines are really looking strong now that Call Me When You Need Me bolted up, and key elements also placed from there. But if you like her chances, Courageous has got her Stone Cold. Not Courageous, sorry, and number 8, Just Be Nice.
Yep.
Then you got Golden Aspen, the stable companion to the favourites. Now, Marco van Rensburg knows exactly what to do on this mare. If they go quick enough, she'll be staying on stoutly. Courageous, bottom weight. Have a look at the weight turnaround with Heart Peaks. Brings her into the play. So, yeah, Darren fancies this favourite quite strong. I'm of the opinion it's a little bit more wide open than the betting suggests.
Fillies and mares, even though they're strong, they're 90, it does look quite open. Darren, you like a bit of the favourite here, Komi Boki?
I do. I like this filly, you know. when she started her racing career, she used to go to the front and stay there in handicap company. She ran in a 96 handicap, a 99 handicap behind Hollywood Bound in Greyville. She returned to Cape Town in October 2023, and she never performed. She went to the front, but she didn't find much in the Diana behind Golden Hostess, then Enemy Territory. A decent filly she was taking on, but she wasn't rounding her races off. And she went to Joburg, first run there, Turffontein inside track. She went start to finish. She was a length and a half clear at the 400. She won by 3.5 lengths. She was extending away from a filly ride on that usually runs onto horses. So I thought it was a very impressive win with the compression mask. And I think she would have acclimatized even more. So if that run hasn't come, well, it hasn't come too soon at all. I think she's freshened up nicely. So I think she's the horse to beat, and I will be having a bet on her.
Thanks, Darren. Yeah, so Darren takes her to defy the 8-point rise. Here come the bookie. She won so well last time. Can she do it again? We'll see race number 7. Final race at the Big T on Thursday, 1450. Fillies and Mares 73 divided handicap. And I see our favourite here, Frozen Fantasy, ran in Group 1 and drawn tenure. So, Daryl, is she going to be included in your play because she's got a few things against her? The draw, the age, the weight. But she ran in Group 1 last time.
Absolutely. You know, I actually, despite her form looks like it's deteriorating, I think she's improving with each and every start. You know, she beats a very shallow field, then a great second beyond VJ's Angel, and last time out, close up in the Grade 1. She does carry top weight. She does have a wide draw to contend with. And have a look at the other 2-year-old in the race. She's only set to carry 54, and she's having to shoulder 6 kilograms more. So I think it's tough for her.
Tough one.
Number 2, you know, local debut, Forton Gamely. Probably going to strip fit her. Daughter by Silvana. They improve with racing. This time round, she cracks a lovely draw. Let's see how she goes. I think she could make a winning handicap debut. The roughie in the pack for me, Lyle, is Solar Diva. Now, last time out, herself and Summerland, excuse me, Lyle, were up front, probably doing a little bit too hard because we saw Rani of Couture quicken from stone last in that race. I like the fact that she's coming back slightly in trip. Maybe with a more patient ride from Sunday, she could be the sneaker in the pack. I think she could run into the money. So I think this is open.
Open, but a bit of value maybe with number 6, Solo Diva. Darren, what did you like here?
I don't like much here. I thought it was a field race. If I had to touch on runners, I would have to touch on about 9 or 10 runners in the field. So this is not a race I'm getting involved with, and there's not anything I can really put towards this race.
Yeah, don't blame you. It's a tough race here. But Daryl, he's got those big kahunas. He's going for it here. Here is the exacta box. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. Now, it looks like you should pick up the exacta from that one. And that is the exacta for the final race, which both of our tipsters do agree it's a rather difficult race to end off. Hope you've had fun and a final chance to make money in race 8.